Join me as I dive into the spooky unknown and try to hunt ghosts right here in my own house. Even saying those words out loud feels surreal. This place is supposed to be my safe space, my retreat from the world. I chose it for the quiet neighborhood, the old world charm, the way the sunlight spilled through the stained glass in the mornings. But lately, it hasn't felt safe at all. I've lived here for over 4 years now. In the beginning, it was just me, a few pieces of secondhand furniture, and the promise of a fresh start. Friends would drop by and comment on how cozy it felt. I'd smile and agree. But even back then, I noticed things. A draft brushing the back of my neck when I walked past the upstairs hallway. Footsteps on the porch late at night when I knew no one was there. A door closed when I went to bed, standing slightly ajar in the morning. You tell yourself it's nothing. Old houses shift, they make noise. Wood contracts in the cold and expands in the heat. You find explanations because the alternative is too unsettling. But over time, those moments began to multiply. 2 weeks ago, I woke in the dead of night to the sound of my name, not shouted, not even spoken, whispered. A slow, deliberate whisper right above my ear. I remember lying there, frozen, barely daring to breathe. When I finally found the courage to switch on the light, the room was empty. 3 nights ago, I was in the kitchen making tea when a loud bang echoed from upstairs. I ran up, heart pounding, only to find my bedroom door swinging slowly open, as though someone had just pushed it. Last night was different, worse. I woke at exactly 3:11 a.m. The digital clock's red glow was the only light in the room. At the foot of my bed stood a tall, dark figure. Its head was tilted at an angle no human neck could sustain. My chest locked, my breath caught in my throat. I blinked, and it was gone. But the corner of the blanket where it had stood still held the shape of 2 feet pressing down. That was the moment I decided I couldn't keep pretending nothing was wrong. I've spent days reading late-night internet dives, dusty books from the library, old newspaper archives. The logical explanations all have merit. Infrasound causing feelings of unease, drafts moving objects, sleep paralysis causing hallucinations. But then there are the other stories, ones that don't fit cleanly into science. Accounts of people smelling smoke decades after a fire, of voices captured on recordings when no one was there, of cold spots that travel through a room like something unseen walking past. That's when I found the history. My house is just 2 blocks from where the Graywood boarding school once stood. In 1928, a fire tore through it in the middle of the night. Several children and 2 teachers never made it out. The building was reduced to blackened beams and rubble. Some say the spirits from that night wander, that they find warm places to settle, that some houses in this area aren't just old, they're occupied. I don't know if I believe that, but I need to know. On the dining table, I've laid out everything I'll need. Nth meter to detect changes in electromagnetic fields. Infrared camera to pick up heat anomalies. Digital recorder for EVP sessions in case something tries to communicate. 2 flashlights, a modern one with a wide beam, and an old heavy-duty one my grandfather carried during his years as a night watchman. Notebook and pen to log every detail, no matter how small. Fresh batteries for everything. I've read too many accounts of equipment mysteriously dying just as something happens. The attic feels like stepping into another time. Even during the day, the air is stale, thick with dust and the faint scent of mothballs. Tonight, under the narrow beam of my flashlight, the space feels wrong. The stairs creak under my weight. My hand brushes against the rough banister coated in decades of paint. When I reach the top, the EMF meter jumps from 0.2 to 3.8. I sweep the flashlight slowly. Shapes loom in the corners, old furniture under yellowing sheets, boxes with labels too faded to read. A rocking chair that I've never seen move, but that somehow always faces a different direction when I come up here. A sound comes from the far corner, a soft, deliberate tap. My breath catches. I move toward it and see the old wooden chest. Its lid is closed, but as I approach, there's a faint scratching from inside. Kneeling, I press my ear to the wood. The noise stops instantly. When I pull back, the EMF spikes to 5.4. I lift my infrared camera, scanning the room. Everything shows warm yellows and oranges, except for one spot, a child-sized blue silhouette, motionless in the corner. I blink, and it's gone. The upstairs hallway stretches out before me, long and narrow. The wallpaper is faded, curling at the edges. The single light bulb at the far end flickers in a slow, irregular rhythm. Halfway down, the air changes, cooler, heavier. I stop and sniff. There it is again. Smoke, old, acrid, the kind that clings to fabric and hair. Then, 3 slow knocks behind me. I spin around, flashlight slicing through the gloom. Nothing. The EMF needle dances wildly. The guest room is small, neat, barely used. But it always feels like someone's in it. Tonight, the feeling is stronger. The bed is made perfectly, but the blanket at the foot bears 2 deep impressions. Like someone's been sitting there, waiting. I set the recorder on the nightstand. Is someone here? My voice shakes. Can you tell me your name? I wait. A full minute passes. I replay the recording. Beneath my voice is a faint, drawn-out sigh. The kitchen is too still. I check the back door, locked. But the cabinet next to the sink is wide open. I close it, then freeze at a sharp metallic sound from the far counter. Crossing the room, I find a spoon lying on the floor in the exact center. It's cold to the touch, colder than the rest of the room. Bathrooms are dangerous in haunted places, too many mirrors. The moment I step inside, the EMF spikes. I lift the flashlight. In the mirror, behind my reflection, a tall, dark shadow glides along the wall. I turn, nothing. When I face the mirror again, the glass is fogged, and one word is written in the condensation: leave. The basement door is slightly ajar. The darkness beyond, it feels thicker. I descend slowly, each step groaning. Halfway down, the flashlight flickers and dies. The dark swallows me whole. I hear it. Slow, deliberate breathing, close enough to feel on the back of my neck. The light snaps back on. In the far corner stands something tall and thin, head tilted unnaturally to the side. I can't make out a face. I blink. It's gone. The EMF meter screams in my hand. I back up the stairs without turning my back on that corner. I drop onto the couch, my hands trembling. My breath is shallow, quick. I don't know exactly what I encountered tonight. A ghost? My imagination? Something else entirely? But I know I'm not alone in this house, and I think whatever's here knows I was looking for it.
Fright Club Show. Subscribe for more.